Acting Speaker.
I call the Leader of the Opposition.
Acting Speaker, what has transcribed in Queensland in the last 24 hours has been a dark day for anyone who values community safety and anyone who values democracy. A government that lacks vision, that lacks decency, that lacks compassion. Victims of crime came to Parliament to be heard. Instead, they got a front-row seat to a government that stopped listening. That's what they got. And to see the way that they were treated is nothing short to an affront to the hard-working people who just wanted to be listened to. And I had the great opportunity of listening to some of those victims of crime, and their stories are moving and their cause is just. And the biggest takeout that I got from my 90 minutes with them was that they just want to know that they'll have a seat at the table to be listened to. That's what they were after. Now, they have a list of things that they believe are important steps in the journey, and many of them are things that we have spoken about in this place many times, like removing the provision of detention as a last resort. But all of that runs a distant second to this group just wanting to know that they matter, that they will be listened to, that as taxpayers and residents of this state, they might count for something. And that's not too much to ask. And we are going to continue to put our solutions on the table, and it is centred around rewriting the Youth Justice Act, unshackling the judiciary and removing detention as a last resort, and gold standard early intervention. But you want to know the best way to deliver that?
Order, members.
Is by listening and reflecting. And when the Premier comes into this place and says, "But you voted for these laws," that completely and utterly defies the past that 8 years ago, when the laws were watered down, this side of politics voted against them. And of course, every parliamentarian who wants to see the community safe would never stand in the way of any step forward, like breach of bail as an offence that the government defended and defended and defended and then caved. But the government has refused to listen to the other solutions on the table, and Queenslanders are demanding action. And Queenslanders will remember this day, the day that this government trashed the parliamentary process in this state. It was a moment that this government trashed the way this parliament operates, and in the process it trashed the last remaining shred of their integrity credibility. And for a Premier who said that she would be in touch, that she would not use her numbers to rush through laws without due consideration and committee process. This is a government that has changed. It is a government that has given up on integrity